Tom Hanks, sir. You seem to be spending a lot of time here. Do you kind of live here now?
I've been here enough, working with Band of Brothers, you know, which featured Mr. Simon Pegg, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So I got enough haunts to go. I know where to avoid the fist fights, and we're going to go have some fist fights.
Well, but we saw you went to the dinner with the Queen and
I was with the Queen and the President just last week, yes. For an American, I kept trying to figure out, why am I here? How did this, did I win a ticket? Is this Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Excuse me, lady, do you run this place? There we are. We were off, and there's my white tie and tails.
You look very smart.
That is not a rental, by the way. They had a powder blue one. I said, let me go with the traditional black. But then we got there, and it turned out it's a very surprisingly informal. They get it, you know. Everybody who works there just kind of smiles and points you in the direction. And everybody says, hello, I'm Julie, I'm Simon, hello, nice to see you. What do you do? Well, I'm the Duchess of Westmoreland. And what do you do? Well, I run British Intelligence, how are you? And everybody's, it's kind of like on a first-name basis.
Did you meet her?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed.
And chitty-chat, or...?
I talked about doing Shakespeare when I was, that was how I got my start in the United States, doing Shakespeare. And we compared notes on that. She did say this, we love to go to the theater. I'm not going to do an imitation of the Queen. So if I fall into that, you cut it. You cut it. Take it out of the show. And she said, we love going to the theater. And my sister, oh, we love to go to the theater. And my sister could go to the theater and hear a song once and then come home. And I said, play it on the piano? And she said, yes. My moment with Her Majesty, who used to call Her Majesty first, and then you call ma'am.
You've got a new movie out that you just went to the premiere of.
Yes, indeed.
Which I know is very close to your heart. But before we do, we just have to spend a few minutes, because you're here and you haven't been on the show, just to marvel at your career.
For sure.
It is an amazing... No. You know, most successful actors, you know, their box office is kind of, you know, in millions. Over $8 billion. Your movies are...
That's news to me. Hey. All right, then. All right. And why did I have to pay for this suit?
But isn't like that's like a country.
That's extraordinary.
That's like a successful country.
I could secede.
You get it.
Yeah.
You could be king of somewhere.
Then I could ask you to come and sing My Girlfriend is Hot Like You. What's your wish?
The Sleeps in Seattle, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, all the 3 Toy Stories.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been
And
fun.
when you look back, is there one that you kind of like, you think, that's the one I'm really happy I said yes to?
Well, there's some... I got to tell you, when we did Apollo 13, it was the first time I was only with 2 other guys for, like, most of the movie. And I have to tell you, you might have noticed this on some, you know, Band of Brothers. When 3 guys are making the movie, the jokes become so filthy as of lunchtime of the first day of shoot. And I got to tell you, Kevin Bacon and Bill Paxton, who were in the capsule with me, know the foulest joke. And we were trying to, like, out-foul and out-gross each other, you know. And that's how we spent most of our trip to the moon, saying, all right, a guy is hunting and a bear comes into his tent. And then we just go from there. You know, big trouble.
And in your first kind of big movie, Splash, I mean, that must have been a really horrible job, you know, all the underwater scenes.
Well, that was, it was kind of, there was no way, everybody said, how did you shoot those underwater scenes? Well, we jumped in the water, and we down and held our breath, and then we shot it. It's amazing how they did that, no special effects. But we had to learn how to scuba dive, and because I'm in clothes, there was always an air tank, you know, somewhere up there, because we're in about 30 feet of water. But they had this underwater phone booth that was weighted down with a dome on the bottom of the ocean down in the Bahamas, and the dome was filled with water. So if Ron Howard, the director, had to give us an instruction, he would swim over there, and I would get towed by a safety diver, because I couldn't swim because I had iron weights in my pants to keep me down.
Okay.
So he would tow me over there and stick my head up, you know, in this dome of water, which was about that big, and then I'd wait, and then Ron's head would come up with a regulator in his mouth, and all right, that's good, that's good. And you can just have more wonder. I need to have the eyes open a little bit more, and don't look like you're out of breath, all right? All right. And then That's literally a director. And then I would get towed back to wherever we're shooting. I would try to remember what he said, but essentially that isn't actually an exercise in not dying.
Yeah.
You know, and where we did not get killed, that's what they put in.
It went well.
It went good enough, yeah.
Nicole, if you were to pick a Tom Hanks film, what would you pick?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of in love with Big.
Oh, all right.
I always wanted to do the dun, dun,
Careful.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry.
Whoa!
I have shortsies on underneath. I'm a lady.
Camera 5 went red real quick.
That's what I was trying to do, guys.
What?
Oh, the jump.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
the piano day.
Oh, yes, yes.
That
Bob
one.
Lozier, yeah.
Don't do that. One of my favorites was Philadelphia, and luckily I'm sober now, I can tell you that. I met Denzel Washington when I was drunk, and I started to cry telling him how much. And he just looked really embarrassed. As was I. Anyway, what's interesting now is that you've written and directed this new movie, Larry Crowne, which I've seen. It's a really lovely film. It's funny, it's sweet,
There's
it's...
a little...
Yeah.
There you go.
And then it's not you and Julia Roberts.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
We were, here's sort of like tagline. Larry Crowne loses his job and goes back to college. Julia Roberts is one of his professors, and guess what happened? Can you figure it out, maybe just a little bit?
Yeah, and you wrote it and directed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
myself. And, yeah. It was an interesting phone call. Hey, Julia, listen. Believe it or not, this is a business call.
The last film you directed, That Thing You Do, it was a cast of, mostly unknown actors.
Yeah, about a band in 1964, yeah.
This time, Julia Roberts... Can you direct someone like Julia Roberts, or is it collaborative?
Well, it's very collaborative, because Julia is incredibly smart and forceful. Meaning that when we were starting talking about it, she said, okay, I read it. Here's some things, and she talked, and and I said, I agree, let's go to it. But you don't want to waste anybody's time, but specifically, you don't want to waste Julia's. Not someone who's going to, suffer fools, nor should she. So we were all on our toes the days that she worked, and I specifically want to make sure that everything we did together was going to be fun, and it was better than it would have been, if she had just did it as it was originally written. Because you know what always happens when guys write screenplays? The girls, the women in their lives all say, this is what they say. They say things like, when are you coming home? Don't worry, honey. You can do it if you try hard enough. I'm worried about Bobby. That's all they really get to say. So I wanted to make sure I had a forceful woman who was really going through something.
You've never been in a kind of science fiction film, per se?
No, not per se, no. Not something with ray guns or... I mean, when my entire family went and worshipped at the feet of Star Trek, all I could say that those guys are having so much fun. Look at those phasers, man. Oh, geez, they get to go on the... Oh, he gets to sit in that chair. He gets to sit in the comm. He gets to run the Enterprise. Oh, man. How come I can't do that? I never get to. What a jip.
We're doing more,
Well, I'm going to... When the Romulans make friends, when they have the let me play a peaceful Romulan, man. I think that'd be fun.
But no, you love Star Trek.
I grew up watching it. It was on every night at 6 o'clock. And we'd have competitions to see. I'd be on the phone with my buddy at his house, and we'd be both have it on Channel 2, and it was on at 6 o'clock. We'd have a competition to see who could scream out the episode the soonest.
Yeah. Well, now, listen, we alerted each of you to the fact that you are both Star Trek fans. And I believe you've both prepared some Trekkie trivia questions. So, Nicole, if you want to pop the kettle on, I'll be tidying my desk. Simon, have you got your questions?
I have.
Tom?
Oh, I'm sorry, I left them in my dressing room.
Very good, Oscar winning. If only there was some way to transport you there quickly.
Hey, wait a minute. The guy who plays Scotty might know how to get my body broken down into molecules, transported to the dressing room and back, and I could get the questions that way, perhaps.
I have some experience of matter transfer. In fact, I have taken the liberty of bringing with me my own personal transporter.
Wow.
So let's just energize.
Excellent work. Okay. Okay. Nicole, gather yourself and prepare to be amazed once more as we bring Tom back. You're very good.
Going to lock onto his coordinates and energize. Got it.
It sort of diminishes the film, doesn't it?
I don't know. You English talk shows are way advanced.
They can't even do that on Leno.
No.
All right. So you've got the questions. So, Tom, do you want to start? You do one question.
One to him.
And one back. And
right.
we'll have a little...
I don't think I am. I don't know.
Nicole, if they don't know the answers, I'll throw to you.
Sure, no one...
Okay?
Don't ask me anything.
Question number one.
Okay.
What did Captain Kirk call Mr. Spock in the spores infection episode that forced him to blow his top and put his fist through the Enterprise console as he was trying to beat his captain to a pulp?
Oh, was it something like you, like, it's something half-breed, right? Is it
So close.
So close.
Worthless half-breed?
That was the first part. Then he called him Jojo the dog-faced boy.
No.
You remember that? I'll be in the cage right next to Jojo the dog-faced boy. That's one. Perfect little indentation of his fist. All right.
Kind of what in JJ's film they do that when they get Spock so
mad, yeah,
riled
they get
up.
him riled
when he
up,
gets like angry.
Right, Nicole?
Right?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, so
You knew that.
By the way,
You knew that.
Spock was the ear guy.
Okay, here we go. Next question.
Okay. Harry Mudd returned in a sequel to his first season episode, Mudd's Women. What was that episode called?
I am Harry Mudd.
Thinking about it, that was a season 3 Mudd Sisters, so he probably came back again. So I Mudd would have been his second appearance, so technically...
Are we giving Tom a point?
Yeah, Tom.
A point! We have a point!
My bad. That was my bad.
I should have gone on the internet and picked them up.
What do you have? A Woody doll. Right. Now, is this... You listen to this.
Ha-ha! Boy, am I glad to see you.
Is that you?
No, it's my brother Jim.
Is that really? That's so weird, 'cause we were on the internet, somebody said that, and we kind of, that just sounds like a load of old rubbish.
No, it's my brother Jim. They have so many...
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot. There are so many computer games and video things, and Jim he works on those all year long. And they said, you don't want to do this. They said, no, get my brother Jim, he'll do it. So that's my brother Jim.
I genuinely thought that was an urban myth, but it really...
It's true.
Okay.
Absolutely true.
And animation films, I would think, well, that sounds easy. But then I read it's really hard work for you, anyway.
Well, it's fun work because the people are great, but it is very, very hard. Particularly Woody, because Woody is always, like, yelling, and he's always, he's always doing that. And the way it works, they start working on it, and it takes about 4 years for them to start animating it and get to the final product. So about every 6 months, you go into a recording studio, but you face the booth. The screen is behind you. It's because it's on the lots. And you face the booth, and in the booth are these heads that look like judges at the Olympics, They're just back, and they're in a soundproof, you can't hear them, but they can hear every word you say. So you got a scene where you have to say something like, you're standing, and you have to do 18 variations of something like this. Buzz, if we don't get back there, I'm gonna go absolutely bizarre! That's what you have to do. And you do it every kind of way you possibly can until your diaphragm is busted, your throat is raw, you spit all over the copy, and it's your 4th hour of doing this. And when you go, we're gonna go berserk! And then you look at the people in the booth, and they're all going... And they almost press the talk back that they can talk. They go. Hey, Tom, that was great.